Hello, everyone. Welcome, and we have just one minor thing we've got to take care of. 1 second. Our stream together failed, and we had to start a new one. So just give us 1 second.
Hi, friends.
What defines retro video?
Once again, like 55 times.
Many times.
It's mostly I mostly just argue with whatever is like old and whatever's old enough that I can convince my peers we can play as a retro game. So like the minute we do play Halo ODST as a group as a retro thing, that's official now for me.
Well, now,
all right.
Halo as a series, right? Halo as a series.
We can have this discussion for hours, and we're not going to have it right now.
Oh, are we fixed? Oh, you hear two of me?
Are Welcome to our TEDs.
Or are you doing?
Just waiting for Saka to accept the invite real quick, and then we will get started. And then we'll get our shared chat together. All right.
Are we doing video?
Chat is enabled. We are good to go, and this is it. The last page.
Are we doing Video Ninja?
Yes, we're doing Video Ninja. Everyone is good right now.
I messed up.
I should no longer be muted. Am I now muted? Yeah, I think.
Two Wildwoods?
Maybe. Still two Wildwoods? Test?
All right. Welcome, traveler. This is it. The last page, the final echo, the place where even memory grows quiet. You've walked the dead roads, crossed the broken shores, bargained with your own regrets. You've clung with what you were, fought for what might still be. But beyond this place, there are no more anchors, no chains, no names. Only the door. It waits, as it always has, built not from wood or steel, but from decisions that could not be undone. From guilt sealed in soul steel, from children cast out of paradise to make meaning in the dark. Tonight the tempest breaks. The crimson chain comes to collect what it never earned. Something stirs in the sea of shadows, hungering for what defies oblivion. 30 wraiths, scarred, lost, hopeful, step forward in something none of us can promise in peace. So light your candle, speak your true name, and walk with us forever after the end. Welcome, everyone. This is the finale of Wraith. We're at the end of our Wraith Chronicle, and I want to introduce my players and thank them all individually. And I want to start with Team Wildwood, who is playing one half of the Doctors. So why don't you fill us in on a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your character?
I am half of the doctor couple here, and I kind of confused. I want to make sure we don't have a double me coming through. It was confirmed that I'm being doubled. Still two Wildwoods. Is it Discord and? Is Discord coming through too, maybe?
Let me see. One moment.
So I am sending you Video Ninja audio as well.
Hold on
if
second.
Discord were coming
moment,
through,
please.
One moment, have been muted.
That's true.
Discord and Discord video.
Now, am I muted now? Okay, there we go. I'm no longer muted. So that's good news. So we know it's not Discord coming through on his side.
Yeah, I do not have Discord coming through my side.
Now there's two nerd wires. Here's two of everybody. Do you have two tabs open or something, maybe? Or no, multiple people are hearing too.
Oh, there are two of me. Was there two of Sakura?
Am I single?
No.
One may never know. Oh, it's clean now. We are being told. Yes, two of Saki, says Silent Brook. Pitterit says, oh, never mind. Are there two keyworks?
My wife wishes.
My wife does not. One of me is enough.
Okay, Zed. I broke share chat. Sorry.
I don't know, Mnemonic. You're going to have to play hide and seek.
Hide and seek time.
Ghost in the Graveyard.
Subtle, but double of everybody. But
Wait, is that better? Testing,
Checkity
testing. Is
check.
that better?
Everybody talk at once.
Talking.
Okay, fantastic. That should be better. I'm wearing
Testing,
headphones.
Crisp's not doing its job.
1, 2, 3.
Crisp. Yeah.
Hands and sewing machines. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate the wait. I'm sorry that we went through that. My bad. Let me introduce Team Wildwood.
Yo.
Playing one half of the Doctors. Here we go.
Yeah, the Doctor's Hall. I am Dr. Jake Hall, and my wife plays Dr. Evelyn Hyde Hall. The other half, we swap kind of randomly, and sometimes on purpose. It's a bit crazy, but yeah, we met our end. We were scientists in the afterlife, doing our thing, getting our research on, and I get this point we don't really know. It was kind of this whole 50-50 split decision on whether we thought I killed us by accident in our science endeavors, or if there was some foul play by a haunt, a spook, a ghost, or whatever it may be in our mansion where we had our laboratory. And now I'm questioning it even more than I ever did to begin with, if anything. Yeah, it's, I don't even know. Accident, purpose, murder. Who knows? Who knows anymore?
A murder most foul.
But that's what we do. But normally I'm just part of Team Wildwood, and we play a lot of random video games on the Twitch, and I would say a lot of retro games, but it's been a lot of modern stuff because of the Switch 2 lately. But yeah, glad to be here. Finale. I'm stoked. Let's see how this bad boy wraps up.
Right now, conventional wisdom thinks I'm going one way, but really we're going to John Purple.
Oh, okay. We're going to flip it. I see. We're going clockwise, but we started at 11.
You'll see.
My name's Nerdbar Plays. I play a lot of games, usually online, but as of late, it's been a lot offline. And most of the time, you can catch me on my podcast, though, every single Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, called Nintendo Rewind, where I rewind and recap last week for Nintendo, and we talk about Nintendo news and video games and reviews and all that other jazz. All of that aside, I portray a middle-aged disappointment named John Purple, comic book shop owner, collector of various pop culture goods and memorabilia, and just overall a single man desperate for friends. And I think he's pretty resolute in the way he died. He just accepts whatever's been told to him. But that's who I've been playing, and he's great, and I think I found his voice again. I had a really hard time finding his voice over the past few weeks, but I found it again. So he's back, baby.
He got back into those comics, I see.
He did. He was losing his identity.
There you are, Mr. Percival. Are we bringing back our characters' original voices now?
There we go. We're absolutely gonna bring it back.
All right, so that brings me to Keyword Savior.
I knew you were doing it. Zero zigzag.
All right. The Zigzag Zed. I am Keyword Savior. I do stream on Twitch somewhat regularly, as per the last couple weeks. Been busy with some IRL stuff today, but otherwise, much like Wildwood said, used to be retro. Now it's more modern. It's a mix of both. But anyway, I am playing Saris Harris, who was a 1920s era spiritualist investigator. Not always on the up and up. Maybe he told some not quite white lies to make his bread. And he's found himself in the afterlife. And he's kind of run out of patience with everything. Like, with everything just being dishonest. And like, there's the idea of the dubiousness of the manner of his death. But like, he lends no credence to that because he knows what he's experienced and he knows what he's seen. And I guess we'll see what the door has to say. But yeah, back to you, Zed.
All right, so that brings us to Sakura playing Gaius. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about Gaius.
I'm Sakura. I rogue share chat. I also stream games Crazy Lizard Lady. I play Gaius, who is a Roman centurion who has been dead for over 2,000 years and is a total badass.
All right, we got share chat going again. There we go. Excellent.
Wow.
And Gaius is a total badass, everyone. And for
Thank
those
you.
who don't know, we use open closed caption because Sakura uses text to speech, and it just makes it easier for us to see it. So if you can see it, you can also turn closed captioning on below in the screen, so you should be able to see it on your own as well.
Did it.
All right, and I'm Commodore Zed. I'm your storyteller for the evening. I stream tabletop role-playing games of all various shades. It won't always be World of Darkness. It'll usually be World of Darkness, but we will be branching out after the end of Wraith, and we'll go over that after we finish Wraith. Okay, so let's get started. I'm picking this up, something I finally picked up from my new vampire game. I want to know where you are health-wise. We're going to start with John Purple.
4. I can only count to 4.
4. You have 4 health left.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And you have aggravated damage, don't you?
I think so.
All right. You have 4 corpus left.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And
for
I've only
John
gotten
Purple.
that back because Sarah Harris gave me some, so.
All right. Doctor Jake Hyde, what's your corpus level at?
I am not sure how to interpret this new corpus level that's been modified, or if it got scrambled, but it looks like I've taken 5. I'm missing 2 of our starting corpus dots, and then I have 5 of these squares filled in.
I don't think you took 5 total damage of 5 corpus damage doing
I don't think so.
anything. Maybe 2 at the most.
There's 2 definitely taken away, just
Okay.
dots removed. So
What is your total?
8 then? I know the last time I was playing, we were at full corpus, so that would probably check out too.
All right.
As the wife, she maybe
I summoned some people in. By me, I mean your shadow summoned some people in on a fight.
Yeah, but there was no damage done to that. She didn't take any damage. Evelyn didn't take any damage. All right, so Saris, what is your health?
I'm at 10 corpus.
You have 10 corpus.
Yep.
Did you transfer any to anyone when you did your usury?
Thought you had transferred it to me.
I had taken enough out
of the other people.
Yeah, you took it.
I had taken enough out of. I had extra.
That's
I
right.
think I actually had one that I didn't transfer.
You took it out of the specters.
All right, and Gaius, what is your corpus?
For taken, 6 remaining for Gaius.
Okay. All right, willpower, starting with John Purple.
I have 3 willpower.
3 willpower. What's your total? Maximum?
5.
5, okay.
I believe that's correct.
All right, Team Wildwood. Willpower.
Sorry. 5.
5. Sarah Harris?
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. And Gaius?
5 by 5, Commodore.
5 by 5. Thank you. Excellent.
Pipe.
All right, now keep in mind your pathos. I'm not going to ask you what your pathos is. You're going to maintain your pathos, and you know what your current temporary angst is. All right, so are we ready to begin? Or would you like a recap of the last game? Of where we are?
Unless there's anything I must know that the wife finished off on.
Who wants to give the recap, Keywork? No, I'm just kidding.
I think we're good.
All right, we're
Should be
good.
fine.
All right, we should be fine. Fantastic.
Technically not supposed to know.
Oreo.
Everyone, the black
We're all
veil
dead now.
rose from the tattered tempest like a bruise surfacing in the skin of the storm as the last gales claw its hull. As it's anchored in the maelstrom slackens, the ashen winds quiet with the sibilant whispers, the color draining from the horizon until all that remains is the bleached twilight of a world too long unmoored. Before the ship, for you, an island that was never truly born, only remembered. It's not shaped by tectonics or tide, but by the half-faded sketches in the dreamer's ledger. The sand is fine, bone ash, and memory grit. The shoreline pulses with breathless silence as though the sea no longer dares approach. Inland, the dunes give way to obsidian flat. No vegetation, no ruin, no relic, just polished black stone etched with countless faint footprints, each only visible when you look away. At its heart rises the door. Asher's on the deck of the ship with you. And as he mentioned before, this vampiric necromancer that you have befriended somehow has called this the key to his apotheosis. I want you to confer amongst yourself for a moment, for a few moments, on what you want to do here with the 30 souls you have on board this ship. You've just escaped the maelstrom. You've come across this door. Something that this creature calls the apotheosis door. I want you to take a few moments, role play amongst yourself, your plan, and where you're going with this.
Well, gentlemen, what have we appeared to have got ourselves into while I was away?
Looks like this is it, right? The way out? Is this Gaius? Is this what you're looking for?
I believe so.
I mean, nothing so obvious as a big giant door, right?
Wouldn't have expected it. We have the key? A key?
I
We
don't
just
know.
simply hope to walk through?
Ma never said nothing about no key. She said something about gates and an old guy. I don't know what this is. Mr. Purple, I know you have your reservations, but I think we owe it to Gaius to walk up there. I want to talk to the big guy on the way up as it is.
John, I want you to remember something you did last game. I want you to, because it didn't happen all that long ago for John Purple. You inhabited the ship.
Yeah.
And when you inhabited the ship, do you remember what you did? What you looked at?
I looked inside the captain's quarters.
Yes.
What it turned out to be, and there's a treasure chest in there along with a desk.
Yes. All right. I just wanted to remind you of that. I want you to recall that. Okay, there you go. Carry on.
You have all shown courage and some skill in keeping yourselves intact. It has been an honor to be with you, but I am no longer needed, and it's time for me.
Well, I haven't known you for that long, but the least we could do is see you off. I mean, saved my hide, so to speak, couple times at least.
Absolutely.
I still need you. a friend. I'm
What does
not
it mean?
ready to
Losing a
see you
friend.
go.
Captain, even heroes lose friends.
That's not as reassuring as I'm sure you thought that was in your head. I'm not ready to see you go.
Mr. Purple, if I may, I was going to share this thought with Gaius on our walk up to the door, personally, but I feel it's important that I lay it on the line here. I think I'm done with this place too. I don't think there's anything to be had here. I don't think there's any answers. I don't think there's anything good. Even the heaven that these people supposedly found was nothing but a trap, where they had to take the memories from people for things that they had in life. Things. I think whatever's next is the answer. I think that this is a waypoint. I think we got caught in the drain, so to speak. No offense. But I think that door is where we're supposed to go. I think that that's the end of this place. And I think we just happen to stumble upon it because our good friend here has been stumbling around for 2,000 years and the winds of luck happened to blow his way once. Somewhere in that maelstrom. I don't know. I think I'm done here too. I'm going to walk the big guy up, and whatever the next adventure is, I'm going to see him to it as well. There you go.
Harris, I believe you figured it out as well. I've only grown to have more questions and question more things in our time here. I think this door is just a bit of luck that we've fallen upon. I don't know if it's going to give us answers or give us more questions, but it feels like it's the place to go.
What about all
Feels
the
like
other
it's the
30
end.
people that we have in the ship over there? What are we supposed to do with them?
Than what they were looking for at that place that fell down.
I don't know what they were looking for.
Not what they found.
We didn't know what we were looking for either. We just found each other. We sailed until we found this.
Well, we should at least ask them what they want. Don't you think?
Well,
Fair enough, they can speak now. That was taken for them for some time.
I will speak to them.
Good, because John was just about to yell, "Hey, yo, Lockmouth!"
I don't know if that's PC, buddy.
I don't think they like it when you call them lockmouths.
That's what I'm
David
thinking.
Rue is there with you as well. We're hood pulled over her head. She goes, I'm going to stay. I'm not going to go to the door, but I'm going to stay.
And Jonas.
Like Jonas is like, nah. There's other things I want. I'm not ready to move on just yet anyway. I think I'm going to stay on the ship.
He wants the ship.
I mean, who wouldn't want the ship? Let's be honest. The Crimson Chain wants the ship, but I'll give you my word. I won't try to take the ship.
Listen, I hear you. I mean, a ploy is a ploy, but this whole place tries to take you apart every turn. You got random weird clones popping out of things that look like people you know. Your memories, the memories of your death. They try to trick you with things. The wind, like, I get it. Like, there's a lot of push that one can push here, but seems like this world pushes back a hell of a lot harder than is worth the effort, if you ask me.
I mean, there's a
you
lot
have
of
your
people
fun.
that moved to Florida. It doesn't mean they're trying to die.
Land is better, and worse, in its own way.
I mean, again, I was going to have this talk with Gaius, but since we're all coming out with this, big guy, what good have you seen in over 2,000 years in this place? You've been looking. Anything? Why would we want to stick around longer than we have to if you've been here for 2K?
Seems like it's always more of the same.
We don't know what comes later.
Or it's the same.
How much later? How much later?
Talking about through the door. I don't know what's through that door.
Less and less good. There were ideals. Karen was a good leader. But it's all become rigid laws and oppression.
Consider this, John. Step through the door with us. Wherever it is we go, you still have your friends.
We stuck together this far. Or you stay here and you get turned into a belt buckle or something.
Best
John
case, it's a
rubs his
really
eyes
nice belt buckle.
very obviously. I don't think I will.
Down Purple and Slick Jonas taking on Oblivion. I love it.
I don't like
Maybe
him
somebody will
either.
write a comic about it.
You guys will do great things in that ship.
He looks at Gaius. Slick Jonas looks at Gaius. He looks at Saris. He looks at Jake. He looks at Maiden Rue. He's like, the four of you are gonna go through that door. And you hear from the background Asher, the vampiric necromancer. That will be 5.
I don't see how that's any business of yours, Mr. Slick Jonas.
Oh,
You got your life to
I
live.
just want to know. I just want to make sure it's the big guy is going.
You did something you did not in life from what you've said. You've made friends. John, keep on doing so.
I'm listening to both what Gaius just said to me, but also the words that are coming from Slick Jonas. And I kind of look at all three of you and go, hand in the air, directed at Jonas.
Listen, I couldn't help how I went out of the last life. I can help how I go out of this one. And this doesn't look like a toaster in the bathtub to me. It looks like a big door onto whatever's next. So either this world tears you apart, or you leave it on your own 2 legs.
Okay, I really don't know what comes next after this.
Keeps the head on.
I got stuff on the boat.
He's many things, but he's not a killer. Jonas, earn his friendship and you may eventually get the ship.
The
Well, I
man
mean,
just threatened my life,
that
guys.
was that was the plan. The plan was I was going to get in real good with him.
I don't
I
believe
was
that.
going to make
Not for one
friends with him. I
second.
was going to get real close to him. Then
No,
when
sir.
he wasn't looking, I was going to become even closer friends to him.
No, sir.
Deep inside. 6
No,
inches.
sir.
Steel.
Is that a proposal?
Mr. Slick Jonas, are you propositioning me?
I kind of,
Friendship is the best shit.
John is like, he's like really weighing this out because like he doesn't know what comes it comes up next on the door. Like he doesn't want to lose these people the first real people around him that have been like, hey, we'll be your friend. And he's scared of what comes next. He doesn't want to go and do this. He really doesn't. But he's got stuff on that boat. And he's like weighing it. I think I need to go grab my stuff. I got my books. Got that tome.
If we're staying here just long enough, I want to see what the hell's in that door.
Oh, yeah, the treasure chest? Let's go.
Dude. Not that dude's a parlance, but dude.
So,
I need to go below decks and speak to the others.
how I kind of want to know what they
Oh
actually
yeah,
want.
the lock faces.
Hey, yo, lock faces!
So we're gonna let
Just like this
we're gonna
door.
let Gaius
Let's speak
before
with
we
these.
go to the captain's door. We're going to let Gaius go below to the holding pens and talk to the 30 souls you have stuffed in down there. Shoulder to shoulder.
Stuffed. That's
Spoiler.
Well, hold on.
The giant door is actually a giant bug zapper.
It's safe to touch. Don't add this. Don't give him ideas. I let Gaius take the lead, walking up back onto the boat, and then open the door for him to kind of enter, and kind of gesture toward the 30 previous lock faces, now not lock faces, that are down there.
Unlock faces.
Unlock faces, yes.
As you notice, they're all discussing what they have seen. There were some on the deck or have come on. They can see the door when they come through, so they're discussing what they're going to do about this now in very hushed tones. So when you come downstairs, they do stop and they quiet, and one of them stops and they give you your attention. It's like, what is it? What is the plan?
So this is my good friend Gaius, and he would like to know what you guys are wanting. Well, I'm just gonna let him do the talking. And I kind of put my hand on his shoulder, and I feel the muscles. I feel the muscles. Sorry, I don't have to do that in John's voice. I feel the muscles.
Ew.
Icky.
I look back and I see if
You have seen the door. We believe it is a way to finish it without strengthening Oblivion.
One of the one who speaks to. How do you know that? How can you possibly know that's not a door directly to Oblivion?
He kind of has a point, Gaius. I say into his ear, real close by.
Gaius just said it doesn't strengthen Oblivion. It might as well lead there. We have no certainties of that.
All right, so
Do I know? I do not. Yet, I have heard stories.
I've heard stories too, and the last time I followed the store, I ended up with a lock on my face.
How did you end up there? By the way, I don't think we ever had a chance to ask you that.
My name is Marcus.
John.
It's a pleasure to meet you, John.
Gaius, Jake, and sometimes Evelyn, and Saris. Why did you pick a name that's so hard for John to say?
Skill issue. Skill issue.
Marcus looks at you and goes, I don't speak for any of these people. I'm speaking for myself. I don't know any of them. We could not speak to each other. But we were
For
all
you.
drawn to that island because we believed we were taken there because we believed in an afterlife. We believed that if we were good in faith and followed what we did even in this Shadowlands, if we kept to our tenets, we'd find heaven. And we found not hell, but definitely purgatory. I want to thank you for freeing us. But I don't believe we're ready for Oblivion. So if it doesn't, in my case, I'm going to stay with the ship to the next port of call.
You are, of course, welcome to do so.
There's a murmuring amongst the whole crowd. Some seem to want to try the door. Some don't.
Can't guarantee anything for any of you. But the door is a chance.
If it helps, he's going too. Guys.
Captain Purple is remaining here, so he can take you somewhere.
Possibly.
I thought he was getting his stuff to go with us.
Where are you taking us, Captain?
I'm not ready to let go of these people that I've gotten close to.
And
And
say
I
hello
don't
to
know that I'll
Captain.
go anyway.
So Jonas pops and says, so you're going in the door too?
Yeah, but I'm just might bequeath this ship to Marcus.
Okay, who you bequeath the ship to? It's gonna be fun.
Why are you so concerned with this ship?
The ship could go anywhere.
Door could go anywhere.
This is the most powerful ship that I've ever seen. In
Where do
the
you wanna
entire
go?
time that I've been a Wraith, there's been nothing this powerful that I've ever seen. It survived a 3 bells maelstrom.
I
you ever
helped
seen a
us
door
survive
like
a
this?
3 bells maelstrom.
Okay.
Does the ship have hit points? Like, did the maelstrom affect it?
It did affect it. It did affect it. It's in rough shape. The sails are torn. The mast is cracked.
I got
What do you
us
have to
through
do?
that maelstrom. And then I point towards Saris and I say, and he got us through that maelstrom. And then I point toward Gaius and I go, and he got us through that maelstrom. And then I point toward him and I say, you didn't do jack shit.
You're exactly right. I did it. You know why? Because I was safe below deck in this wonderful ship that you're just gonna give up.
Ship isn't as wonderful as it used to be, as you can see.
I want to
they
shove
can be
into that
repaired.
door.
Its purpose.
Watch this.
How do you
Watch
know
this.
that? You've never seen anything like this.
No, watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
You're watching.
He begins to move his hand, and he goes, now, Saris does this too. And he uses usury to take his own corpus and heal the corpus of the ship. Well, he begins to fade out a little bit. The mast begins to heal. The crack begins to mend.
Enough.
Where were you when we really could have used that? Hiding out in the hull of the boat.
That was like 10 minutes ago.
Listen, I know we're dealing with eternity. If we want to stay here and bicker,
Time
I
is
mean,
a construct.
it's your dime, as they say. I just want to see what's in that office, and then I'm off the boat into the door. Anybody who wants to come with, by all means, you come to
We
welcome.
spoke of this.
You should go
office
gather
far
up
too
on
many
the
times.
shores over there. If you want to go gather up on the shores. The rest of you who want to stay, stay. Does anyone move?
Absolutely. About, there's 30 of them total.
Mhm.
15 go toward so it's total 16 go with 15 go with Marcus. And they get off the ship and they head toward where they're going to the door. The other 15 just sort of kind of just mill around. They look like they just want to go to the next port of call, the next necropolis, or wherever Slick Jonah's going to take them.
If it were my boat, I'd kick them off, but it's not, so they're lucky.
Well, gentlemen,
You
this
can't take it
damn door.
anywhere.
We have spent far too many nights contemplating this door. Let's finally end this mystery.
Come on, team. We got a mystery to solve. And so I open up the door
Yeah,
like
talking
Fred.
about the chip door. I didn't realize we're at
Let us
different
hope
doors
it's
right now.
transcendence.
Like
Jinkies.
Fred from the Scooby Doo, and I go to open up the captain's quarters door. That's down in the
Yes,
hole.
the black veined
Yes,
metal
yes.
door groans open at last beneath John Purple's trembling hand. It does not swing, it exhales. A slow exhalation of dustless air. Too cold, too dry, too still, as if sealed not for centuries, but to keep something in. Behind the threshold lies a chamber without walls, or so it feels. The room extends barely 10 feet in each direction, but space warps here. The corners refuse to anchor. The light, if it cannot be called that, comes from above and below at once. The walls pulse slightly as if breathing. Sigils like those carved into the lighthouse and scrawled in the scribe's ledger drip along the surfaces. Not drawn, but grown like lichen or tumors. In the center of the floor, a single chest and a desk. Soul steel and soul iron bound, sealed with chains and twitch at the edge, the dead fingers remembering motion. This room is not storage, it is a confession.
Listen, I don't know if we can take anything with us, but I've felt nigh on useless in this place. If we find a weapon, I want it. I don't know if it'll go with, but I calls it.
John just kind of nods. I do know when I was in the ship, I saw the desk. I saw a chest. And I point toward the chest. Let's open and find out. So I walk
Open it,
across
find
into
out.
the room. I'm nervous about this, though, because of the description that was given. It feels really weird in here.
It's not a tumor.
I place one hand on the chest. Do I feel anything? I can roll a perception and an awareness
Yes,
if you need me to.
give me a wits plus perception.
Okay, that's even better.
Difficulty 7.
I got 2.
You got 2. I meant to say the difficulty before you rolled, my bad. So you got
That's okay.
2. You got 2 successes. You only needed 1. You don't sense anything. It's cold. The box is cold.
Is it also made of soul steel?
Yes.
Okay. Is it locked or is it open for, like, could I lift the lid if I chose? With no
There
issues.
are chains, but you can lift you can lift it. The chains aren't holding it shut. They're not locked.
Okay. I look back at the rest of the team, standing over by the door, gawking inside.
The lid is cold as hatred. When lifted, it does not creak, it screams. Not in sound, but in pressure. Everyone present feels that there's a migraine beneath your corpus. Something in the corpus trying to twist free. Inside, you see a key, nestled in the lining like a broken fang. It's shaped more like a blade than a key. Long and pronged, its surface etched with shifting characters that resist being seen too long. Sometimes they mimic Greek, then Hebrew, then Latin, then something older than script. Something buried in human instinct. Next to the key is a twin. Twin of the harrower.
Pick up both things and kind of nonchalantly toss this weapon Sarah Harris's way. Think fast.
It is nearly identical. Barrel, chamber, hilt. But unlike the harrower's brutal functionality, this one is engraved. The etchings seem familiar at first, then intimate, and frightening. Barrel bears names, not just yours, but possible versions. Saris Harris, Sarah Harris, Saris Harris, and many other variations. This was meant
You
for
say
you.
anything about that, Saris?
No, I'm just
Okay. The rest of us are
agog.
oblivious.
Sum up. Yeah, no, I'm just looking at it, and it's just it kind of tracks with everything else he's seen. What was the name of the weapon again?
Harrower.
Oh, it's another harrower. Okay.
Yes, it's another
Queen.
harrower.
That's
This one
15
sounds
XP,
different.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Stats are in the chat room.
Groovy.
You have the key, Nerdwire.
I am just kind of looking at it, and I kind of hold it up to show to the rest of the squad here.
As you're looking at the key, you look past it for a moment, and you see folded up under the black velvet, under the where the weapon was, is a folded up piece of soul parchment.
I'll reach in, peel back the felting just a little bit, fold it over, and then pick up the soul parchment too. How big is this key? I'm imagining like key to the city kind of sizing in my brain, but
It's not.
that's why I'm holding it like this.
It's big enough to hold like that, yes.
Okay. I'm going to set it down in front of me on the desk and unfold the soul parchment.
All of your
What
names
does it say?
are written there. In the center, not matching any of the other writing, it says Dr. Evelyn Hyde. It's written twice, once crossed out, once circled. But Jake's name is written with the rest of you.
Harris, Gaius, Delinius, Obfuscatius. I can't read the rest of this. It's all very old. Jake Hall, Jonathan Purple Barrelman. And then I kind of flip it around. Evelyn's on here twice. Circled.
Ah. Look at that.
And then I reach and grab
Everyone's
the
on
key
here.
and I hold it up and I'm like, and we haven't checked out the door just yet. And I'm beginning to get the idea that we're supposed to be here. And it's just us. I don't see old Bloodsucker on here. Or any of the other 15 people that are looking to go up that door.
Oh, do you continue reading the page?
I continue reading the page.
As you
Never
continue
mind.
reading it,
It's
after
on
you
the other side.
After you finish
let's
reading the
flip it.
names, it reads like a contract of ownership for the Black Veil. It ends in a binding, a curse, a spell, a pact, a decision made without your consent. Something was traded here, and it was not fair.
I don't know if we can leave.
Then what of the key?
Exactly.
And we haven't looked to see if the door has a keyhole.
What did we give in this contract?
I hereby bequeath the black veil to John Purple and the rest of you guys.
You picked me up as a stowaway. I was floating. How would
Yet,
this boat know I was going to
here
be
is
up
your
on
name.
here?
Written on this parchment. In a room we've never been.
I don't know. But I'd say we have a little bit more time to at least go up and look. I don't know if we can leave. I don't know if we're bound to this. If that's what we gave up, I don't know what we gave up. I just saw it, thought it was cool, and really wanted to get it.
What did you give up to get your comic books? What did you trade to
We can only try.
the lock face,
I don't know.
for lack of a better term?
I don't remember.
So one
They
of
asked
the
me for a memory.
someone pops their head in. I couldn't help but hear you, but you traded me. You traded me a memory, my friend. You traded me a memory, a delicious one.
Okay. What was it of?
Can I give you your memory back without something in return?
You want the black veil? I'm kidding. I'm not giving this ship up that easily. But what do you want in return?
Are you going to the door, my friend?
Are you?
No, I'm staying here.
I don't know if I can go through the door, but I think I'm just at least going to go up there and take a look at it.
Excellent. Excellent. I
Man,
will trade you your memory back for a safe passage to the nearest non-hierarchy necropoli.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to stick around necessarily.
I make the offer. The memory is mine now. It's a wonderful memory. Wonderful person.
Just kind of gesture at him, and I say, I guess I traded a memory for the books. But I didn't necessarily trade anything for the boat. And at least I don't think so. Well, I mean, hold on. We did let him drink some. Did we spit in a vial? I can't remember how he got. Did we spit in a vial? I can't remember how
Did spit a memory into a vial.
That's what I thought. I couldn't remember. Hot to it right into a vial. Okay, I think we spit in a vial for him to. That's all I did. I guess we just traded a memory.
Memories.
But
memories.
You're right, Saris. We did just pick you up. What did you trade to survive out in the Tempest? Anything?
Then I know. That's where I found myself.
I mean, I didn't remember what I traded for the comic books either, so.
I think, man to man, you changed. You were different. You weren't the John Purple who pulled me on board of this boat, I think. If you forgive me saying. I think he took more than a memory. I think he took a piece of your person. I think it's worth anything that you can give to get that back. So he's asking for passage. That's Slick Jonas's problem, best case scenario, right? You agree to that? That's his problem. I think you need this back.
I go up
I
to
have
that
an
door.
idea.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Gaius?
Gaius holds him down and punches him in the face.
Me
put
or
that lock back on there.
Lock face.
The lock face.
Unlock face.
So not PC.
I speak to the other dude. What is your name?
Name? My name, my friend, is of little consequence, for I don't really. Well, now if you need to call me something, you can call me. No, I don't really know what you can call me. I've been on that shining island for so long, and I've absorbed so many other memories that I really don't know. You may call me Cypher.
Fine. Of little consequence.
Fine. Of little consequence.
John's jaw hits the floor. He's like, why would you say that to this person? If I go up to that door, I don't see anything that's necessarily going to entice me to walk through. I'll tell you what. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
Fair enough. Fair enough, my friend. Fair enough. All right, I want you to inspect the key. I want you to give me an intelligence plus a cult check.
Oh man, I'm dumb as a brick.
Everyone
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty's 9.
Taking out help.
I got a lot of dice for that.
You want a 9. You're looking for a 9.
6.
Oh, nice
those are
roll.
good rolls. Hang
Oh,
on.
nice.
Let me reroll those. Okay, I kept them.
Nice.
2 successes. All right. Okay, fantastic. Who else wants to roll? It's a pretty big
can roll.
key.
Okay, I'll give her a roll as well. Wait, did I get my research?
Mind you, I'm
for
still
this?
standing there with soul paper in one hand and key in the other, like this.
I got 1 success.
Did I get
9.
my research for this?
Yes, you may add your research to this.
Ooh.
Nice.
1, 2, 3. Roll that 10 again.
Nice.
All right, so you didn't get it. You got 3. So you got the most successes there. So right away you recognize some of the alphabets, but not their meaning. Nerdwire. You recognize the alphabets from your comic book days. You've seen them before. Jack Kirby probably did a lot of it. It's definitely definitely in some of the Marvel stuff, cosmic stuff. You'd see things like this. But you, Dr. Jake, you realize the key could unravel a metaphysical choice made by someone powerful. Because as you read it, you begin to understand this is not just a language. This is kind of all languages at once. This is pre-Babel. Yeah, you're familiar with the Tower of Babel, correct? The story? This is pre-Babel, before the tower fell, when there was only one language. This seems to be all languages at once, completely together. And as you read it, it becomes... You begin to decipher what it says. And it says, to use this key is to undo one of the most difficult decisions ever made. For I locked my creations away and banished my children to Nod.
Gentlemen, this key is from a time before time. First language. All languages. And its use seems very powerful. I honestly don't quite understand what it means.
Do you recite what you've been told it means?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Sounds like
But what I've been told.
it sounds like God put us here and threw
I
away
do
the
not
key.
understand it either.
It does sound. It could be that.
Is this Nod? Isn't Nod where Cain got banished to? Is that where we are, or is that where we're going? I mean, Do we unlock that? Are we letting something out? I hate this place.
We finally letting things in.
Listen, maybe this is not. Maybe we're unlocking, I don't know what it means to prove God wrong, but be damned. I'm going through that door. Might as well make that choice.
I'm not even sure this key is for that door now.
We were brought this far. We were given all the tools. Everything lined up. Brought us here.
I tell you what.
Holding that key. You're reading that parchment. We're seeing that door.
I'll fly on over, and I'll see if there's an actual keyhole over in the door, and then I'll come back.
Zip on over real quick.
Yeah. So I go ahead and I sprout wings. I tuck them in around me as I walk back up the stairs out of the hole.
Okay.
Onto the deck. And then I straight over the door.
Excellent. As you fly over the island.
I hate that. Don't say excellent.
Excellent. You fly over the island toward the massive door that towers above you. It's as you get close to it, you look behind you, back at the Black Veil, and you look beyond the Black Veil, and just off the horizon, you see a sail. You see a sail. But as you turn back towards your destination, it's not a gate, not a portal, the door, towering 50 feet into the sky. Its form monolithic, hewn from a metal that bleeds shadow, reflects nothing. Not soul steel, older, hungrier, a paradox, rusted at the seams, yet pulsing with life. Around its edges, hundreds of broken chains hang slack, some still twitching like nerves refusing to admit death. A keyhole yawns at its center, wider than any mortal arm could span. The frame is carved with names, so many names, not etched, but worn in, as if by time itself. Names of the dead, names of the betrayed, names of the damned, and somewhere, if you dare to look close, other names, perhaps your own. The door is locked. You have a key.
Are any other names circled or scratched off? Like on the parchment? Or are all the names just there?
I
don't
just
know,
ran
you're not
real
at the
fast.
door.
I don't know. I'm the one here at the door. I flew on over like.
I must know.
And I'm trying to
Does the
think
door
about
show
what
up
to do.
on my map? Does it show a
As
name or
purple
anything?
leaves, Gaius breaks into a run and tries to catch up.
Oh, damn.
Your door,
He'll be
the
back.
door is on your map, Saris.
Does it list a name?
It does not list a name.
Hmm.
Okay, what was that, guys? You burst into a run to catch up. All right, so you will catch up. Purple, what do you do? As you turn, you see on the horizon the sails. You see Gaius running towards you. There's not a lot of cover, and you can see all this from above as you are flying.
I'm going to assume I'm at a distance where Gaius probably can't hear me necessarily, but
Not unless
Gaius
you
is probably
scream.
looking at me.
Right.
And so I begin to yell, and my manliest yell, ships! And I'm pointing toward the sea, the tempest out there. Crimson Veil! Hoping that Gaius can hear. Guys might want to do a perception roll or something to see if they can hear me yelling.
Absolutely, I would like Gaius to make a wits plus perception check. Difficulty 6.
How many successes?
One.
Okay,
You only need
4.
one.
Oh, okay.
Yep, but it's at 6.
Hey.
All right, so that 1 takes away 1. You still get 2 successes. Guys, as you look over your shoulder, over the horizon, past the black veil, you see sails. As you look up and you see the nerd pointing toward the horizon.
I'm gonna tuck my wings in and go for like a straight up dive, like a dive bomb back toward the ship.
Okay.
And as I land, I'm just gonna straight up say it. To everybody that's in the vicinity, the unlocked faces that are chilling out there, the vamp dude, Maiden Rue, Slick Jonah, loud enough for the people down the hole to hear me. For those who don't know, this ship's been cursed and we've been chased all across the entire Tempest out there. It's been awful, and it's by these guys named the Crimson Veil, and we need to get away from them right now. And the best course of action would to actually be go up to this door, because I don't know if they necessarily want me or the ship, but that door is our only easy way out. So we should probably go now.
You know, they're certainly coming for the ship. They always have been. Do we want to let them have the ship and the door? I agree. We should move quick.
VX. Shit.
What was that meant to say?
All right, at that point, we're going to take our break with the Crimson Veil on the horizon. We'll be back in 10 minutes, folks. Stretch your legs, get a drink.
It's Latin for shit.
Go to the
and
bathroom.
translations.
Go to the bathroom. Do what you need to do. We'll be right
To
back.
your bathroom.
10 minutes.
Now.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Wow, Nerdwire stuffs a churro in his face.
Rizzoli's breadstick. Don't do that. We're
It's a
drawing enemy
Rizzoli and
lines
Isles
here.
breadstick.
Rizzoli and Isles breadstick.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Lady Cop Show.
Last meal.
Last
Yep,
meal.
it's Rizzoli breadstick, man. That's
Very good.
depressing.
All right, so we're going to do a mid-session check-in real quick, everyone. Just see how everyone's doing real quick. Starting with Team Wildwood. How you doing so far?
Doing good. Excited for this door.
All right, key work.
Slightly intoxicated, well hydrated, always fascinated.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Nerdwire.
Breadstick.
Mamma mia. I've had a
sorry.
Rizzoli's breadstick. Life couldn't be better.
Fantastic. And Sakura.
Much like McDonald's, I'm loving it. Except they don't love McDonald's.
Check and check.
One by one, the rescued 30 wraiths all disembark. Their forms flicker with instability, half held together by belief, half eroded by years of torment and unfulfilled yearning. These are not warriors, not rebels, just memories too potent to drown. A matron with scorched veils cradles a cradle that's half empty, but sings to it anyway. The executioner, missing his arms, weeps ink from where his hands once held axes. A blind seamstress tugs at the threads from her own robe, sewing it across the sand like tether to past never completed. Some step down the gangplank as though walking into a church. Others unfurl Argus-wrought wings like those crafted from smoke and starlight and glide gently down, alighting silently on the mirrored stone. These wings, they could have flown to safety earlier, such as when they had the elevator, but none dared use them in the storm now that they're using them for the first time.
They had locked faces. It wasn't their fault.
They walked toward the door in perfect silence, save for the whisper of name chants rising from the forgotten hymn. One by one, they begin murmuring the names of the PCs. You all. Saris. John. Jake. Gaius. Evelyn. Devotion. but his invocation. And then suddenly, a child falls. Does anyone stop to help her?
Of course. I'm still winged. So I just kind of swoop and cup my hands under the armpits and...
As she collapses on the blackened plane, you pick her up. Her eyes roll back, her jaw unhinges, not with pain, but release. And from her open mouth pours not blood, nor ectoplasm, but words made of light. Body disintegrates in your hands. And those words, that light, leaves and is sucked toward the door.
I am immediately attempting to throw on the brakes all of a sudden.
Did he see what the word said?
No.
Or hear, or no?
No. He saw the formation, the beginnings of the alphabet, and boom, gone. But make an intelligence plus an occult roll to parse the symbols. Or a wits plus enigma. Oh, no.
Or wits plus enigma? Can I do that?
Too late. You botched. You botched. You have no idea what it said. You're actually kind of confused, and it stops you in your tracks for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting the brakes on anyway. I'm freaking out by the fact that I just had a girl get Thanos snapped right out of my hands, and I'm like, oh my god, what just happened?
Then the air stills. Not with silence, but with suspension. Like a breath held too long. Then the tempest goes black. Not the ordinary darkness of the tempest, but a hungry ink, as if the tempest itself recoils from the coming thing. The ocean surface glazes with shadow glass. Every wave flattens into a mirror, and its reflection a wrongness without shape. The Crimson Chain ship, trimmed in blood-red sails and soul-steel rigging, carves through the waters toward the island. The hull moans with the weight of unspent malice. Chain's helmsman raises a spyglass and screams. His scream is cut short by the sound that follows. A groan from the deep. The kind of groan the world makes when it regrets having made something. You all hear a groan from the tempest on the island. What do you do?
I'm still kind of stopped, so I'm like looking for the rest of the people that I've become very accustomed to. So I'm looking for Sarah, I'm looking for guys, I'm looking for the halls to see if they're still moving.
You will see me booking it for the door.
Feet and feet, Buster.
Yeah.
We're going to need to destroy the ship. We cannot let them have it.
It begins
We're
with
going
bubbles.
to need to destroy the ship. We cannot let them have it.
What can we do to destroy the ship?
You could let Jonas take it. Could he get away?
But Jonas is running with you. Maiden Rue and Asher. Everyone is coming with you toward the door.
On account of the raid incoming?
I mean, I don't really want to get rid of the ship, but we just saw Jonas give it Corpus. Why don't Jonas and Saris go back and suck the Corpus out of it?
Possible?
I mean,
Jonas.
But also, what does it matter if they end up with the ship? We're headed for whatever's on the other side of that.
That is the way I see it.
This is not our problem anymore, apparently.
It begins with bubbles.
Knows and give us.
Because we can try to not make it worse for others.
can't help him having a soft spot for the people he's seen. I feel for the people of this world. I pray they find this door. If you feel that's what we need to do, you better cover our butts.
I have my sword.
Why not
Well,
leave them
his
the
sword,
ship then?
my axe.
The ship gave us this.
What am I rolling
not let
against to
someone
pull
else have
Corpus
the
out of the
ship?
boat?
Usury, same thing you normally roll for that level for transferring Corpus.
I yell to the others who are still making their way toward the door, and I'm like, just continue. We'll be there momentarily.
All right, roll your usury.
I'm going to be
Charisma
ahead
plus
of them
usury.
and attack the ship.
Oh damn, that works too. Charisma plus usury, so that is nope. That is 7. Okay.
Perhaps the second terror is intended for this.
All right, so you managed to pull 3 of its Corpus from it, and you can heal the Corpus that you have. But
I'm not down at all. Does anybody need any?
I could definitely use a little bit. I'm at 4. I think Gaius is at 6. So if you want to split it between us.
At 6.
No, that's not a bad idea.
Well, if I'm pulling more from the boat, I'll
8.
put
Hold on,
these
before
3
you
in
keep
purple.
pulling.
Does
Before you
Jonas
keep
pull?
pulling. But Jonas hasn't pulled you because he wants the ship. He says he's not pulling. And it begins with
he
the
was telling
bubbles
us
the
to the
size
gate.
of caskets. Then a
You
shape
can choose
begins.
not to pull. You can choose not to pull, Jonas. But we're getting rid of it one way or the other. I'm not signing it over to you.
The sails unfurl when you mention that you're getting rid of the ship.
The ship is reacting.
Ship is reacting.
It's gonna sail away.
That's what I
on
was trying to say. Why not leave the ship? It guided us. It gave us the tools. Maybe it goes on to do that for someone else.
It's funny that Saris has usury, but I don't know if he understands that these objects of power are made from the souls of people or specters of people.
Can it get away on its own?
Why not just give the ship to me? If you're all going to jump in that door for whatever psychotic reason you've got, instead of just getting in the ship and leaving.
Says the guy who was running away towards the door with us not 5 seconds ago. I mean,
Yeah, but now that I think about it, why don't we just get in the ship and leave?
not my boat, not my problem. I turn and I start making
The
for the
men
door.
have the ship. I am also headed for the door.
At this point, I've done what I can do. I'm not dealing with
Think
the
that
Crimson
ship for what
Tide.
it has done for us.
Yes, why do you gotta break the ship? Why can't I just take it?
I'm gonna
Let
start
him have
walking
it,
towards the door
Purple.
myself.
Let them chase him. I yell over my shoulder.
Captain, Fouts.
Captain Phelps. You are not the captain. I am the captain.
Thoughts.
Thoughts. Never mind. I understand now. It wasn't Captain Phelps. It was Captain Thoughts. Sorry. John's. Jonas, just tell me what you actually want this ship for. If you tell me the truth, the actual whole truth, what you actually want to use it for.
I'm gonna take this ship to do whatever the fuck I want to do with it. What do you think I'm gonna do with this ship? I'm gonna sail around as some altruistic idiot? No, of course not. What's that gonna get me? At some door.
I'm not giving you the ship.
Of course you're not. He pulls out a relic knife and he charges you. I need initiative.
Why did you guys leave? All
We got on too damn long. Can he just like
Yeah.
telepathically tell the
I
ship
am
to go
still
away
here.
that he releases it?
All right. Let me roll. Let me roll here. What was the other number I need to add to this? I
Wits
can't
plus
remember all of a sudden.
dexterity.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eight plus 8 plus. That's 16. I got 16. I forgot. God. Nice man!
11.
Okay, Jonas got a 10. Jonah, not Jonas. All right, Jonah. 11 is the Gaius.
Are
The
we referring to
16
Slick
is
Jonas's?
Yep, Slick Jonas declares first. He resolves last. Slick Jonas will drop a dagger out of his sleeve and try to charge and shank John Purple.
Okay.
That is what he's going to do. Gaius, what are you going to do?
I am going to grab his arm and skis.
Okay.
Squeeze.
And squeeze. Okay. And what are you going to do, Purple?
I am going to as Gaius is grabbing his arm, I'm going to
this happens before you act before Gaius. So
Oh, I act before.
you act before Gaius.
Okay. Still yet. Doesn't necessarily change my plan. I am going to grab a hold of the knife and pull it out of his hand.
Okay, so you're going
Attempt
to
to.
make a dexterity plus an athletics check.
All right.
It's my knife now.
And since you're trying to grab his knife, it's difficulty 9.
Okay. I'm going to spend a willpower
Okay.
Down, yeah.
to get one success here.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah,
I
two.
got 2 successes.
All right, you grab his knife. You do not take it from his hand, but you grab his knife. So you grab the blade. Take a corpus as you cut your hand, but you grab onto it, or do you grab his
Double-edged.
hand?
Did you heal me, Keyword? Did you heal me before you left?
We didn't resolve that.
No.
I got impatient, okay?
Jerk.
As I hear
hate
this
you.
tussle, and I start
I hate you.
returning to the scene. I know I was
Gaius,
walking away, but do I hear some of this?
you
Yeah,
might
how
hear
far
us,
away did we
give
get?
me a wits plus perception check, gentlemen.
Okay. Not much.
I don't know why I'm having such a hard time finding
What
perception.
what difficulty? 5?
Oh,
No.
wits,
Difficulty
wits
7.
Ignore that.
perception. Oh, that's not great. That's not our wheelhouse.
That
That's not
was
our
a
bag.
mistake.
Oh, no.
my.
You noticed
right,
nothing.
Actually,
I'm
You're
just
oblivious.
You're not oblivious, because you notice while they're fighting. What are you rolling for, Sakura? To grab his arm?
You're already there.
Right, so you grab his arm.
More.
Excellent. So you grab his arm. Guy says John Purple has his knife. Slick Jonah drops the knife, lets go of the knife, and grabs it with his other hand. And stabs
said
John
Gaius.
Purple.
Or you
No,
said
hold
Ceres.
on. Make him roll.
I'm going to make him roll. It's going to be a difficulty 9 for such a maneuver.
Because I have 2 hands on his knife. He's let go.
He's letting go. It's difficulty 9 to pull this maneuver off.
One.
1, as it drops, he manages to grab it just barely, and he sticks it into your ribs, doing another corpus level.
Hang
Come
on,
on,
can I
time
soak?
out. I gotta roll damage. I have to roll damage
Okay.
first.
Okay.
So it's his strength plus 1.
So I take another corpus level anyway, though, with the stab?
No, you may take a corpus level.
Oh, okay.
You may not take a corpus
Oh,
level.
okay.
We don't know yet. Difficulty 6. All right, we roll that 10. That's 3
Nice.
successes. Roll your stamina.
Okay.
Difficulty 6. Take 2
Nice.
corpus.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I'm still standing.
They're still standing. Yeah. But you are holding Slick Jonas, and you have a knife sticking in your corpus.
With my hand still on the knife.
Yes. But it begins with bubbles the size of caskets. Then a shape begins to emerge. Not a shape, a volume, a mass, a decision unmade by the gods, and buried instead. From the sea of shadows rises something of mythology, the Kraken of Oblivion. Its flesh is not flesh. It is woven from drowned memories, inked parchment, ropes made of hair, and sails stitched from the skins of forgotten names. Dozens, hundreds of eyes dot its form, but each is closed, sealed by wax or sewn shut with tongues. Its tentacles are limbs of regret, each suckered grip branded with sin never confessed. One such limb coils upward like a cathedral spire and smashes down upon the Crimson Chain ship. The hull cracks like a wishbone. Wraiths in red armor are flung screaming into the sky. The ship's soul steel cannon explodes inward, melting under the Kraken's touch like ice before fire. It does not roar, it simply ends. And from the ruin, a chain of screaming spirits rises, and those bound to the ship's purpose drag down into the deep, fed into something beneath the Kraken, something worse. It's like Jonas, having stabbed you, we're declaring the next turn. Tries to escape. Wants to try to break the grapple that you two have on him. Gaius, what do you do?
Stab Jonas.
Oh, you see this over, Jonas. You see this thing is just risen out of the ocean, the tempest. What do you do?
We might have noticed that he's not with us, and he has the key.
Yep.
So I have the knife within me.
Yes.
He's running. We have a Cthulhu creature, Kraken.
Just a Kraken, not a Cthulhu.
monstrous Kraken right before me.
Am I still
And I'm
oblivious to all
bleeding
this?
out. It feels like I'm bleeding out.
No, everyone, all of you, everyone heard and saw this.
Okay.
No one missed it. The island's not that big. It's actually pretty small in comparison.
Can I change?
You can change. What do you want to do?
Because I was thinking I wasn't aware.
Oh, no, you're aware. Everyone's aware.
That's why Jonas
That's why
is
Jonas
running.
trying to escape.
I hold up a issue of the Secret Wars run that I have. I go, can I interest you in? I need Fathom. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm going to grab John and run.
Oh, man. Well, I don't really need to stay here for this. So, I am also going to go with Gaius. I'm going to also run.
Gonna fight it.
I can't. I have one corpus.
John.
Mr. John Purple, what are you waiting for? I think this world is telling us that our time to leave is now.
Agreed.
Gaius,
Leave one way or another.
This isn't how it should end, bud. Hurry up.
Then the Kraken moves toward the island. Tentacle after tentacle latches onto the stone shore, the weight of it cracking obsidian like brittle glass. It should not be able to climb, but it does. Not with muscle, but will. Each motion shudders the ground. The door looms behind the gathered 30, but they do not move. Some begin to chant names again. Faster now. Others clutch their corpus, whispering prayers to gods who never knew the Shadowlands. Jonas, breaking away from the two of you who are running, has run toward the black veil. It has leapt and grown wings and is flying toward it. John, Gaius, you're running back toward it. You have the key in hand. What are you doing?
That piece of shit person is about to become a seaborne menace. Unless he gets eaten by the Kraken, which I can hope for.
Not a problem.
I'm booking it for this door, I guess. Not much choice here. Not happy about it. I'm legit angry
We
about
can't
it.
do anything now. To the door.
As you will get toward the door, those 30 who were praying suddenly kind of shift. And Marcus looks up to you because there's only one thing we're going to have to do. Because I don't know what to tell you, but we're going to have to fight, I think. I don't think we got enough time to get everyone through the door or figure out what we're going to have to do with the door because I can't even reach the lock.
Fly up, John Purple. Grow your magic wings. Can I transfer Corpus to him if we're all
You may.
together?
You may. Make your rolls.
Okay.
You've got 3 to do it with, so please roll well.
Yeah, right. What is it? Charisma. Freaking losing stuff. Charisma plus usury, right? So
Yes.
I said that was 7. Da, 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 da. Oh.
Ooh,
Wow.
Oh.
Wait. That's at least
Still good.
3 successes.
yeah.
That's at
yeah.
least 3 successes, yes.
All right. There you go, sir.
That's 4
Oh my
successes,
gosh.
technically.
The free man. What was that?
That's 4 successes, but you're good. Very
I'll give
good.
him 4. I'll take
Yeah.
one extra one from me.
Okay, so how much? What's your corpus at now?
He was
Should be
full up, you
5.
said?
I went full up. Yeah.
I am at 5 now.
So yeah,
I
I
am
gave
at
him
5
the 3
now.
I took from the boat and 1 extra. So I'm at 9.
Because you're going to need it as the
Good.
Kraken gets close enough that it can begin to swipe. Now, I'm not going to make each and every one of you individually roll against the Kraken. That would be ridiculous. The Kraken has 100 corpus. We'd be here all night. We're not going to do anything so crazy. So we're going to adapt kind of the shield wall rules that I used in Vampire for tonight. And we're going to let Gaius be the leader for that.
Oh, yes.
The 30 wraiths step forward. Well, the 29 at this point, including Asher.
I'm a professional at that.
Including Asher and Maiden Rue step forward. Now, the 29, the ones who were not Thanos snapped, all draw daggers out of their corpus, ready to go. What do the rest of you do? John, are you going to just try to open the door?
Yeah,
Or
I'm
are you
sprouting
going-
wings.
You're
I'm
just
sprouting
going to
wings.
open the door, huh?
I'm going to try. I need to get at least some way for these people to be able to escape if this doesn't work, period. Like, I know that the rest of the team has to fight to give me time to get up there to put this key in, but I need to give them something, some way to escape. This is the best way. This is the best thing that I can do right now. I personally feel.
Okay. I'm going
Draw
to
the.
I'm going to give you 1 dice. I'm going to give you 10 dice for 30 people. Now, I want to know what you're going to do to help your side do better in this combat. Team Wildwood, you first.
The harrower.
You're gonna fire
and
the harrower?
I will fire the harrower, yeah, and I'll fire the the special
No, don't worry about the mechanics like that. Just give me a
Gotcha.
dexterity
Oh,
plus
we're doing
firearms.
that. We're doing the wall, yeah.
Can you hit the broadside of a
Rules.
Just give me your
Can you hit the
dexterity
broadside of a
plus
Kraken?
firearms. Difficulty 7.
Do I get my pistol and steady perks?
Just the pistol.
Just the pistol.
Yep.
5, 10.
Roll it. Difficulty 7. So the 1 takes away from one of those. So you add 2 to your dice pool. All right. So 2 plus 10. All right. Saris, what are you going to do?
Can I use charisma plus performance to inspire the cluster of unlock faces?
Charisma plus performance. You could. Ow. How are you doing
Speech.
that?
Battle speech.
Inspire the
I'm giving
Kraken to
I'm giving
attack
I'm giving the
veil.
from his speech. Except I mean, obviously
Exactly.
he's about 70 years too early for Braveheart, but I channel it from the from the ether.
Give me a speech.
Inspire the Kraken. Inspire the Kraken to attack the veil.
You don't make Davey roleplay his bard songs, so it must.
Yes, you must speech. Speech.
Listen, speech. Get him. There you go.
All right.
I'll make my rolls.
Make your roll. Next time, I would expect it.
You know what? Hey, you know me. Any other time, I'm there with it. What difficulty am I looking at?
You got 1.
7. 1 success.
Yep, 1. Okay, and you're not helping. Purple.
Well, hold on. I am helping, just in my way.
Nope. You're trying to fly up there and put the key in.
Escape.
I believe in you.
Have an escape.
John?
Roll your wingy wings.
So, Sakura, how are you helping your side win?
Violence.
Actual speech.
Actual speech.
Hey, any other night, really. Honestly, I don't have the.
Most of us are not warriors, but we have the spirit and the hope. We fight together. We will hold as long as needed. For transcendence, and caught up in this, he goes for Rome.
All right, give me charisma plus leadership roll.
Yeah, what he said. I don't have the mental
Difficulty
spoons today.
7.
For the Shire.
You roll that 10.
Nice.
All right, so that is plus 3. All right, so you have 19 dice to roll. Saki versus. So roll. I'm going to roll my dice for my attack against your group from the Kraken. The Kraken has
Do you
15.
want me to roll my phantom wings before you do that?
You don't need to. You're fine.
Okay.
We're going to keep some of the rolls are minimum.
Okay.
All right, so strength 10 for all 5 on the Kraken. We may have to take a break here in a few minutes, so I can take
Did
an
anyone
inhaler
pick
real
Animal
quick.
Bond?
The putts.
He is a putz, but he gets to reroll that 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, again. 7. All right, 7. Saki, roll 19 dice.
This is not good.
You know what?
Got this. Let's steamroll this Eldritch Horror.
Difficulty 6. 7, I'm sorry. 7.
To curse go away.
I'm putting my hand on my computer screen and I'm just trying to help this roll.
Yeah, baby. Oh,
No.
look at all those ones. God
Look
damn
at
it.
all those ones. So the ones
Yeah.
cancel the 1, 2, 3. Okay. So as the Kraken lifts its tentacles in the air, brings it down, slams into at least 6 of the wraiths that you brought with you. One of those tentacles knocks Saris Harris to the ground, not doing 3 corpus of damage to Saris, but scooping up 6 of the wraiths and wrapping him up in the tentacle and pulling them away. Darius, you're trying to take the key and put it in, correct?
I am.
Purple, you mean?
Well, I'm sorry, I keep saying Harris. All right, give me a dexterity plus athletics check to dodge a tentacle as it's flying towards you.
I have a specialty in dodging and especially
Yes.
in acrobatics. One
Dodging
or the other
works.
kick in?
Just the
Okay.
dodging.
Did you say it did do 3 corpus to me, or no? You said it not,
It did 3 corpus to you.
and I don't get a chance to soak it.
You do in a second. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Okay.
1, 2,
3.
3. Yep, 3.
3 successes. All right, Saris, roll your stamina. Soak one of them.
Okay. So I
Take 2
2.
corpus, yes. All right. John Purple, you fly forward with the key. And you get it into the door on your first try. And the lock, as I mentioned before, the lock is massive. The key is not. You get it into but the lock forms to the key. You turn it when it finally shrinks down all the way. You turn it.
Oh, of course I turn it. I'm
You have to
such
use
a
both
hero.
hands. Give me a strength check. Difficulty 6.
Just strength?
The strength.
Okay. Please. 3.
Yes.
As you
Yes.
and you turn and pull the key. Oh, and it snaps into place. Bright white light begins to pour out from the cracks around the door as the chains begin to rattle and fall away one by one. The light strikes the Kraken and it hisses as the beam just cuts through the tentacle that's about to land on Dr. Jake, severing the tentacle and causing it to evaporate just as it would
Star
land on
Wars
him.
him. Star Wars him.
But the light, a beam of light comes flying at you as well. You've already dodged this turn.
Mm-hmm.
You may take some damage here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Don't sever my tentacles, please. Oh no! Oh no! That's a lot of damage.
I happen to value my tentacles.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll your stamina to soak.
Okay.
Okay, so still take 4.
4.
4.
Oh no!
I'm still here.
Uno.
I'm still here.
Yes, you are, but you fall from the sky. Not taking too much fall damage. You don't take any damage, you're fine. But you land, your wings are singed. Your wings are singed. Your corpus is badly damaged, but the door is opening. The Kraken begins to retreat, Sakura. What do you do?
If there are any trailing tentacles, I go to hack them. If not, I go more to a guard pose.
All right, you take the guard pose. Keyword Savior, what do you do?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to try grabbing into the Kraken as it's retreating, but
Second try.
I think that'd be a kind of a high difficulty to roll against. How much corpus does he still have?
100?
Yeah, that's a lot of.
Yeah, I don't have the dice pool for that. I guess I picked myself up, and seeing that he's retreating, it's it's go time.
We need
Everybody
a
who's going,
crippler
who's
for
going.
grabbing massive creatures.
We
Yeah,
do need
exactly.
the crippler here.
It needs to factor in his wall grip, his wall climb as well. Let's make for the door. While the getting's good.
You see
Well,
Jonah standing on the deck of the ship, just waiting. He's waiting by the wheel. You can see him from your distance where you're at. He can't seem to do anything with it, but he's waiting by the wheel. Where's your comics? Where's your ledger?
I have at least one. I offered it to the Kraken.
He was whipping it around.
Interested.
I saw.
Wasn't interested. Oh, man.
I take rear guard as we retreat.
There's no saying I'm not coming back. Don't know what's on the other side of this, right? I'm not bequeathing it. I'm just going to imagine he can't do anything with it. That's what John's going to try to steel himself with. That is his resolve. His mental resolve.
That's your plan?
I wouldn't call it so much a plan as a...
as what you're resolved to do?
It's an educated wish.
Yeah, that's more where I'm at.
Okay. The door is
I see
unlocked.
he's kind of... I was going to say, I see he's kind of looking thin when I get up there. Looking kind of singed, too. So I'll give him some corpus, if I can. Not to interrupt your roleplay.
I don't know if we're going to need it.
No, he doesn't think he's going to need it. Okay, that's good.
No. I said I don't know if we're going to need it. We don't know what's on the other side. If it's the end of everything, it honestly doesn't matter.
You look like wet tissue paper. Let me give you a little. Who
John
knows that
nods
this?
his head.
Who knows what crossing over is like? So I'll give him 3.
Thank you.
Puts me down to 4.
Asher,
Guys,
get
just give me
everyone in. We'll cover.
Give me a quick break. I just got to go use my inhaler.
Use your inhaler.
Yep, I'll be right back.
Break.
I mean, I could suck some from the unlock faces.
We got them there, but half of them don't want to go. The other half did.
I think they were all
Look at
going
that.
at the end there after the Kraken showed up. It switched to everybody going.
Well,
But
it was the
6 of them got
Crimson. It was the
annihilated.
Crimson people showing up that got them to run.
That's true.
And then I don't know that they still want to go. Full on meta talk while we have a moment to speak before we have to make decisions. I don't know if we should go through the door that shot white light out at me as soon as I opened it, like a bug
Again.
zapper.
Again, we don't know if that door was keeping something out or keeping us in or what.
Yeah. I'm
I was
assuming
just gonna
it
say-
light
just
came
an
from.
attack. I'm assuming the door was attacking the Kraken, and it was just you might have happened to be in the way, kind of thing.
We are very committed.
Crossfire! You guys are very committed. I'm not.
Kraken.
Exactly, Nerded Art. Don't look. I'm just, I just want to say, I'm surprised as hell that I found a niche as a support character. I never
Thank
considered
goodness.
that. I
Thank
never
goodness.
even figured that was a thing.
It works quite well.
Suck 'em dry.
It does, yeah. Stop sucking off my friend.
I immediately thought of that earlier.
You are badly hurt
Oh,
and would
yeah.
have to
Wolf
fight
already.
Jonas alone.
Yep. I hate him. I hate
I
Jonas.
think we need to go for the door. That's what I think.
I hate
I
Jonas.
think we need to go for the door, and I also hate Jonas.
He's gonna become a menace to
It's
the people
all
that are
led to
still
this
there.
door.
Exactly.
I
How
want
long
the
did he
Kraken
say-
to take the ship. Oh! I could bequeath the ship to the Kraken.
The Kraken would be a stand-up gent with that shit.
Is it, do the rules work
Ruffle.
that if you say, I declare that it's, I
I-
declare bankruptcy?
I think so. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it and see what happens.
I was going to say try to release the ship again. It might have its own
It might just
cognizance,
sail
right?
off on its own. Yeah.
Right. Let
seems to
it
have a
buck
mind
him
of its own.
off, or decide if it wants to work with him or whatever. Leave it to the ship.
I don't think the ship will work with him, even if we let him try to take the ship. I think the ship would probably just find a way to ditch him. That ship's smart. Seems like a pretty smart ship. It did right by us.
Go on, girl. Go on, get.
Go on, slap it. Slap it on the ass.
I said, go on.
Oh,
So much shenanigans.
thank you for your patience, everyone. I do appreciate that. I hate to interrupt the climax that was going on, but I couldn't breathe. Something has been attacked.
Oh, good. Just a little meta chat.
Oh boy, chat. What's going on in chat? Did I die? Don't
Freedom
do it
is
into the light.
important.
Okay, so you're at the door. There's a white light floating, blaring from the cracks around it. This light has damaged John Purple. This light has damaged the Kraken. So much that it's caused it to retreat. The door is not swinging open, it is just unlocked and activated. What is it you do now?
I've seen Jonas out there, right?
You've seen Jonas out at the ship, yes.
Can I bequeath
Brothel.
ownership of the ship to the Kraken?
No. Nope.
No.
I just thought I would ask.
That's
Listen,
it's worth
No.
a shot. It was worth a shot.
I needed to ask. Can I just can I tell it like Jack tried to tell old Yeller? Go on, girl, get.
You can tell it anything
Maybe
you
as
want. You can
mind of
try
its own.
anything.
You're on your own now.
You can do
Peach.
anything you want.
Oh man.
I'm thinking we're going to want to crowd the people away from where the door swings open, because it's probably just a matter of that it's focusing through the thin cracks, and that's why it's concentrated. I think if we pull the door open, it can diffuse and
Pop that pup.
yeah.
Can I direct the white light toward the ship?
You can try.
I want to try.
You're sitting
All right,
As we
so
open the door.
Everybody gets behind where the door, like the door itself, like they're not in the threshold when it's open.
So that's how you're gonna. So okay, so you're at the door to eternity, and you're gonna open it with the sole purpose of destroying the ship. Fantastic. Okay.
Well, that's him.
Yeah.
I'm just
thing
opening
is,
the
Mark,
door.
my friends are going to help me.
Yeah.
My friends are
I'm
going
gonna help
to
you
help
by
me.
going through that door.
I'm opening it for you. You just help
Exactly.
me open
That's what I heard. I'm opening it.
Ulterior motives. That's all.
Blah 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 blah.
So you have everyone. You have everyone on the other side of the door. Well, it doesn't open out.
I'm helping opening.
it.
Opens in.
It opens in.
Sick like a wing go. Oh.
That's convenient.
Push.
It's weird that the lock was on this side then.
No, it was
It's
changed.
metaphysical.
Slides like a
It's
Star Trek
metaphysical.
door.
The rules don't have to matter. Yes, Brooke, we are pulling a push.
You know,
For the ultimate gifted.
some things don't change even after you die.
How much corpus does the ship have left anyway? Just
A
out of
lot,
curiosity.
A lot.
Oh my god.
It's got a lot of corpus.
All right.
Wait, if
All
it
right.
had a lot of corpus, how did
All
he
you-
suck any corpus out of it?
How'd you suck any corpus? You sucked corpus out of a full ship. It was pretty.
Yeah,
it was only a little
corpus.
damage.
Yeah, but his
Little sucky
difficulties
suck.
based on the corpus level of the ship. For him to actually do it, he wouldn't have been able to do it. Just like he couldn't do it to the Kraken.
It's not crazy amounts. It's not like 100 corpus.
Hand waving him. Shh.
Sorry, I'm like trying to logic my way out of destroying the ship.
Hey, that
Try
corpus went straight to
opening
your
the door.
rest.
See what happens.
All right. All you
right, let's
people,
open
push
the
this door. That's your salvation. Push it open.
As everyone leans and pushes the door,
I push.
you don't push with it. Once the lot of you apply pressure to the door, it releases and it opens slowly.
Whoops, voice.
Whoops, indeed. Whoops, indeed. As you open the door,
Whoops.
and your corpus begins to be sucked in. First, it's the 30, or the 29, as it may be, because the one girl Thanos in front of you are pulled in one at a time.
This is transcendence.
Something like that. As they're yanked through the door. Next, you see Maiden Rue begin screaming in terror as she is pulled forward. But the light does hit the ship as John Purple is pulled in through the door.
I can die happy.
Nothing happens to the ship.
I don't know that. I close my eyes as I see the light.
As you are pulled through the door, consciousness escapes you momentarily. And it's dark. Saris, you're pulled through. Jake, you're not.
At the ship.
Just gonna stand there waiting for a bit. Somewhat
Which is
confused.
totally valid, as Gaius is sucked through as well. Do you try again?
He's at peace.
I'm gonna
Oh,
look back at the Kraken to see if
It has retreated into the ocean.
I'll return my attention to the door and try to see if I can just walk myself in.
As you step through the threshold, you begin to feel yourself being pulled molecularly apart. As you're separated, you begin to feel something different. As you're being pulled, you can see around you, and you see the island. And on the island, on the other side of the threshold, you see Evelyn. And you're being pulled through the door. But you only see Evelyn. Evelyn, if she is watching, has suddenly taken control of the body again.
Jake's been kicked out of the chat.
He's not getting kicked out of the chat.
We return to the ether stream, man.
We're getting to you guys. Well, we're not done yet. Just because you went to the door does not mean we are done.
Oh,
Sorry. Evelyn, suddenly, you're conscious again. And you see this door in front of you. You have no idea what's going on. But you see Jake drifting away from you into the door. And you also see John Purple, Gaius, Saris Harris, Asher. No, as a matter of fact, you don't see Asher yet step through the door. As well as Maiden Rue and 29 and a large number of the lock faces from the ship. You're not exactly sure why you're here.
I kind of look around. I take in my surroundings. The ship is here.
The ship is here. The ship is here. The door is here. Well, you don't know anything
Asher
about
here?
is who here?
Asher, the vampire.
Asher the vampire is standing by the door. He's got his hands folded in front of him. His head is down low. His hood is up. It's high, and he just looks. He looks up at you, and he goes, "I don't know what to do now."
What's happened here?
We've arrived at the Apotheosis door. Your compatriots opened it and stepped through. They expected to. They had decided to end their existence by walking through.
It's always
The
been my
one
husband's
known
fault.
as Slick Jonah opted to stay with the ship. I am deciding whether I wish to go or not. I know where this door leads.
Tell me.
It's the land of Nod.
Do I know what that means?
Do you have any religion? Did you care to study religion?
They have a cult.
No. Yeah, I do have a cult.
Give me an occult.
Say they were studying
Intelligence plus
afterlife
occult roll,
stuff. Most scientists were looking for the dust of in the fingerprints of God. So
I have a specialty in researcher. Does that count?
Nope, no research here. You have nothing to study.
Okay.
Difficulty 7.
4?
That's really good. Reroll one of those 10s because don't reroll the 10 because the one takes rid of it. I thought you had more than one 10. But you still got 4 successes, which is really good. The land of Nod is where God sent Cain after he was cursed. Asher the necromancer seems very tentative to step through. Because I've always dreamed that this day would come. That I could escape these Shadowlands and take my revenge on the one above. But now I'm not sure if this is what I want.
This is an escape.
Perhaps.
Did you see my husband walk through this door?
He was not pulled through like the others. He walked through on his own. And then you. It was as if his corpus was pulled out of your psyche. And now you stand here.
Evelyn takes a deep breath. Been a pleasure knowing you, sir. And she steps through the door.
Steps through the door. Excellent. All right, so the 4 of you have stepped through the door.
he wants to see her Jakey Poo again.
Wants to see her Jakey Poo again. Excellent. John Purple.
TPK, TPK, TPK.
John never finds peace. Not in comic books. Not in friendship. Not even in heroism. Every time he grasps that meaning, it slips until at last the black veil begins to fragment from the accumulated weight of its passengers' memories. John lashed the wheel, made a choice not to fly, not to run. You steered into the worst of the storm. You became a beacon for yourself, a beacon to the ship, a beacon to your friends. Now all that remembers is a question. Who was your favorite X-Men? You don't transcend. You circulate. An eternal run, variant covers. As you come through the other side, we'll get back to you. This is not your end. This is only the beginning for you right now. Gaius, after leading the rescued souls to the door and surviving the Maelstrom's fury, Gaius now finds peace not in conquest but in purpose. You now find yourself on the Isle of Thornwald, the lost far shore. And you discover a temple built by long dead soldiers, a place that honors not generals, the fallen rank and file. Here, you can lay down your sword, and the sword disappears, melted into soul steel, repurposed to forge new chains of command, but these chains bind no one. They steady, they support, they anchor. Transcendence? No. Instead, you become the island's first warden, and for the first time in 2,000 years, you command not out of duty, but out of choice. When you next set sail past the isle, they will see no lighthouse, only a statue to Gaius. There is no transcendence for the soldier. There is no transcendence, but we are not done. The story is not over. We will come back to you, because this is from walking through the door. This is not what is written. Saris Harris. Beneath the black decks, you found a harrower. But that's not all. You found a weapon, not just a relic. It speaks, not with just a voice from the beyond, but with echoes of its own past frauds. It's etched with names you did not see before, names that never came to pass, names of alternate yous. As you step to the white light, you see your death once again. But it's as you remember seeing it. But you, first of all, are the first to see what comes next. And we will get to that in just one moment. Jake, ever the rationalist, accepts what happens first, preserving the memory to forestall oblivion. Evelyn, perhaps it's your passion for justice. Someone must pay for what happened to you. And you see it. You see your death once more. There is no third hand. There is no conspiracy. Your death came at the hands, not of negligence, not incompetence, surely, but of mistakes made. An explosion caused not by an unseen hand, but by one too many electrical plugs into a 70s style. You were muted, I think.
Boiled by electrics.
Jake fades gently into transcendence. No. Never having actually been a wraith. There was no Jake. There was just Evelyn the entire time. Now the Jake portion of your psyche can rest. But we're not done yet. As the 4 of you pass through the white light, you step through the other side. Onto the island. Once again. Except this island is very different. It is no longer made of obsidian. There are 5 of you. Maiden Rue, Gaius, Evelyn, Saris. You have all stepped out. Before you are 29 other souls. And the Black Veil. Resplendent. Completely rebuilt. This is not the Shadowlands you were in before. This is a new adventure. This is Transcendence. It's not the end, but it's the beginning. That, we're going to end the story. And I'm going to start with a round table. And I want to know how everyone felt about it. John Purple. You first, my friend.
I feel good about it, man. A lot of good wrap up for these uncertain storylines that Sarah Harris and the Doctors had. Presenting clarity, I think, was important to allow them to transcend, and I think that was heavily important. Mixed feelings on John's. No peace, But a new opportunity, which is all he ever really wanted, was to stay with the people that he found that he really cared about. And I appreciate that this is probably like the most hopeful ending you can hope for in a story of Wraith, right? Like, death is not the end. In most cases, we left the Skinlands due to accidents and mistakes and nefarious cause or battles of honor. I think it was good. It was a really good wrap up. I feel good about it. I thought I was going to die multiple times, and die in terms of what is dying.
It's going to be extra dead.
Yeah, I'm going to double die.
What was your favorite part of tonight?
Favorite part of tonight was, I would say, the discussion that did happen at beginning of game and character. I think it was important to set the scene, and I'm glad we got to do it. And everybody kind of got to get out the way that they were feeling in that moment, and I really liked that.
Okay.
I think like I said, I think it was very important. I also really liked the fact that Gaius stayed by me the entire time. I do. I really like that Gaius stayed by me the entire time and kind of showed the hero that he was. And it was important. And it was important to John to not feel alone. And Gaius recognized that. And I think that was a good way, because even from the beginning, John kind of hero worshipped Gaius. He looked like all the superheroes that John's been a fan of for all of his life. And it was a good representation. Yeah. Just taking it in. It was good.
Nice. Nerd and Art. I know you haven't been here all night, but you've been watching, I assume, here and there, probably around strangling the child.
Indeed.
What are your impressions for tonight? And you can send Wildwood back if he wants to as well. So I want to hear what he has to say later too.
Once I'm done, we'll swap back in so he can wrap up. No, I had a great time. I unfortunately missed a large section of the beginning, so I didn't really get to see or hear that setting scene. But the bit with the Kraken was just some awesome imagery, and like I got to come back to this, like, the Tempest turning black and like this creature, eldritch horror rising from the depths. It was awesome. And I loved the imagery with the door. John Purple flying up to put that tiny key in the oversized lock was some interesting moments. I liked that. Yeah, I feel great about the ending. I think it was, now that Evelyn's questions have been answered, I don't know if she's gonna know what to do with herself. Like, okay, well, clearly there's more to explore. Now we have a second afterlife. So again, we're double dead. Okay. New
We're on the next turtle
frontiers.
down.
Right. New frontiers. So yeah, lots of great imagery tonight, like Pitter had said, and I really enjoyed the wrap up. I thought it was fitting. Just like Zaki said, I got some tears going on. I had to step away to get ready to do my bit here. So it was a good time.
Thank you so much. Keywork, hit me up.
I don't know if this is the stuff that I've been going through, but I'm getting emotional as Sarah Harris too. I think it was incredibly cathartic. I think the imagery, as described, was phenomenal. I think it was very fitting for the weight of what our characters were going through. The arrival of the Kraken is basically, to Sarah's, just like literally just like pushing us through the door. It's like this place is quits with us. It was funny because I was actually talking to the wife like kind of right before we got on, and it's like I think Saris is like kind of seen all he's need to see from this place. It's like Gaius is going on, and if anybody's brave enough to see whatever the hell's after this, it's him. And it's been a short amount of time, but it's been crisis to crisis to crisis, and it's just like he's done. He's going to follow Gaius on through. He's resolved himself. What really surprised him is the fact that John Purple like heeded what he was saying and faced the choice of Oblivion head on. Like I said in the role play, it's like I was going to have that conversation with Gaius on the way up there, asking what if he's seen anything that would make him want to stay here, but otherwise sharing his resolution that he would follow him through. And it became a whole group thing. And I'm glad it did. I love the way it ended. I think it was incredible, and no pun intended, leaves the door open for further adventures of the crew of the Black Veil. So,
Sakura.
My God, I'm in tears. Not what I expected, but so good. A happy ending. Thank you.
Excellent. I'm glad you enjoyed the happy ending.
Favorite part was the Kraken. Just a holy shit moment. That things got serious. Truly an epic conclusion. I was also shocked that everyone decided to go. Doonies never say die.
This is true. I wasn't expecting everyone to go either. I was expecting John Purple to kind of go off on his own.
John, so that was a point that I did want to come back to. Was John was dead set on not wanting to go. He didn't want to give it up. He had, even though everything was a crisis around him, like he had everything he wanted in life at that point, other than a love. He hadn't met anybody to fall in love with yet. But he made friends. He had riches. He had success. He had people who admired him. He was a hero of this
fantastic
story.
adventures.
Yeah. And he didn't want to give that up. He wasn't ready to go, but he also didn't want to give up the people that he admired around him. So it was, either go with them and maybe see what's on the other side and hope for an afterlife. That was just where he was at. So he made that choice.
I liked where he was at. Now I want to ask Wildwood. Same questions, stuff like that. Hit me up, man, brother.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that was a fun romp, and I liked that this whole last episode, everything straight from the gate. We had lots of good role play between the characters, just getting the stuff figured out, and then the Kraken showed up and it went into go mode. I really enjoyed that. I felt like everyone kind of got to do some character stuff, and then using your shield wall rules to let Gaius just do his thing was genius. And I thought that made for expediting a bunch of rolling and all that nonsense, but everyone got to do their thing and kind of help out on that. Very cool. And I always knew that it's kind of like the thing I didn't like was weirdness of body swapping with another player and not knowing what actually happened a lot during the downtimes. I've said that a few times with these I didn't likes, but again, it was this time, and this time almost I felt like I didn't like it the other direction though, because I knew I could hear how chaotic the kid was being, so I know she was going to be missing stuff.
Okay.
And it was like I didn't like for her this time because I knew she was missing out on stuff that was like this end game stuff. But it was a perfect time to transfer, and the gate was doing its stuff, or the door was doing its stuff, and yeah, it was intense. And I'm glad to be done with the did I kill us by an accident or were we murdered kind of thing. And it's yeah, people don't plug too many splitters into splitters when it comes to your power sockets at home. Be safe. Be safe.
All right. I want to talk about what I loved and didn't like about game. I loved everything about tonight. I had a great time. And there was a part I read today. I was reading the book and I was going just through the back of the book and the Kraken just popped up. And I was like, I got to rewrite at least
I'm alive.
30%.
Suddenly pink.
I think I got to rewrite 30% of my game 2 hours before we go live because I read this thing. And I'm glad it worked out. Otherwise, it was going to be
Awesome.
a Spectre fight. It was just going to be another Spectre fight. That's lame. We had a Kraken fight. It's a good change.
It's a good change.
It's a great change.
Good change. Great change.
I think that's a great way to go. All right, guys.
So,
yep.
when you had Evelyn and Jake swap, I don't know if you. I mean, I was starting to do some of the shadow stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna do a shadow call right now.
Oh shit!
And then I didn't get the chance to do it because it was monologue time, and I was like, okay.
Oh, it would have been a great time for a shadow call. What I want to go over with you is what's next, everybody. This was Wraith.
I
enjoyed
called it. Knew the Kraken was the addition.
I loved Wraith, but I'm also happy that Wraith is over now because next we're going to be running Avatar Legends, which is going to be more hopeful, happy. Friendship
we
is
had a
magic.
great run.
It's going to be set in a groovy 70s era. Thank you, Pitterit. Thank you so much for your generosity. I really appreciate you.
I say thank you. I mean, Zed deserves all the bits. Our storyteller.
So
pay a coin to your Witcher.
Our next game will be Avatar Legends, which will be set in a groovy 70s inspired era. I highly want people to come watch that game. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have great players. And then after that, we're going to have Feral Florida, which is coming in the fall, which is going to Feral Florida Keys, where you're going to have were alligators, maybe a were shark.
Feral
I don't know.
Florida.
Yeah, Feral Florida. But it's going to be open. We're going to have a lot of
Florida.
games. Florida Pharaoh? Fear of Florida Pharaoh.
Fear of Florida, the first one I did.
Ah, okay. Where's Drop Bears? Exactly. But remember, on Mondays we have
mosquitoes.
We have Candle in the Mead Hall, our Anglo-Saxon vampire game, which is entering its 6th session this week. Same number of sessions as Wraith, so definitely check that out. If you're not following, smash the follow button for all of these wonderful people. Nerdwire Play. Let's get some shout-outs out there, guys. And if anyone can help me find a raid target, because we always here at Commodore Zed, we always raid out. We hit the Neon Swamp again. They're playing Alien RPG. We'll try to find someone who's not on follower only mode.
Let me see here.
All right, shout-outs are good. Anyone have anyone good for us?
I am looking here. There is a person not on follower only. Rolls. I don't know who Quest and Chaos are, but they're doing Dragonbane.
Yeah, that's what I'm
First
looking at
episode?
too. It
Why don't
looks
we
like
check
they're
them
allowed
out?
to chat. And it looks
They
like
got
it's
a
popping.
very professional looking stream too.
Dragon Bane
They
is
do.
so fun.
They all seem to be in the same room.
Yep.
All right. So
I love that game.
Hey, what is this? We should head over here.
Mhm.
yeah, we're gonna head over here. They look like they're having a good time.
They are.
All right, let's go, guys. We're headed over.
Yeah, TTRPG content.
Thank you for
Gonna go
joining
for
us.
3 hours.
We hope you enjoyed Ray.
Oh, they
Really
just
amazing.
hold on, stop raid.
Oh, I
They
see
just
that.
went
Yep.
off. Yep.
No.
Why
Cancel
would you do
raid.
that?
Were you able
Hold
to
on.
cancel it?
Hold on. Are they done? No.
Or did they just go
They're
into
not
break?
done.
They're not done? Okay.
No, they just went to a quick break, looked like.
Okay.
Abort!
They do seem to be back to it. I don't know what
All
that
right.
was.
Let's go.
They did switch to a screen. Okay, let's go, peeps.
Good
Yeah,
night.
stop chewing on the
Goodbye.
damn cables.
Goodbye, everybody.
Peace. Right yourself, cat.
Yes, thank you, Zed.
Mhm.
That was fun.
Work? Did we raid?
We're
Yes,
raiding
we
it.
did.
We did raid. We did